There's a weight that sits on every angel investor's chest, a silent press that no one talks about loud enough. The truth is, many of you are trapped in a cycle of endless noise and shallow decisions. You pour money into startups that follow the cookie cutter paths, chase the obvious, measure success by flashy valuations, and the whole time, something inside you screams that it has to be different. You're tired of the same pitches, tired of surface level ideas that promise the moon but deliver dust. You know there's a fire hidden in the chaos, but where is it? Where is the rebel startup worth backing, the real game changer in a sea of lookalikes? This frustration is not a bug. It's a signal, a call to do something so wild, so raw, so unapologetically disruptive that it sets your investments and your entire mindset on fire. You're not here to play safe. You're here because you refuse to fit into the silos built by others. You see the cracks in the system everyone else ignores. And you want a strategy that doesn't just reward the mediocre rules of today, but creates the bold legacies of tomorrow. The strategy that's about to be shared is not polished. It's not glossy. It's not even popular, but that's why it's a secret weapon. Imagine a method that allows you to spot the founders who are tired of borrowing lives from the system. Founders who would rather burn than bend, who reject safe and stare down the status quo with fire in their eyes. This isn't about multiplying numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about multiplying impact in a way no controlled system of investing dares to. Here's the brutal reality most investors can't admit. The conventional playbook is obsolete. It's designed for compliance, for comfort, for the herd. It rewards inhibition and punishes imagination. It lures you into chasing trends so loud they drown out the subtle signals of groundbreaking change. But what if, instead, you flipped the whole equation? What if you invested first in the unfiltered vision of founders who are already outside the system? The ones who question everything. The ones who reject the game before they even play it. This isn't a whim. This is a strategy born from defiance, a deliberate choice to back those who don't ask for permission. Investors chase metrics and buzz. You chase messengers of transformation. Start by redefining what makes a startup worthy of your capital. Forget traction in the conventional sense. Forget proven business models engineered for incremental growth. Instead, narrow your focus to founders who aren't just trying to build a company. They're trying to build a movement. They don't only want to disrupt markets today, but to create new realities for tomorrow. You'll find them in the messy, uncomfortable places where ideas are raw, terrifying, and potent. They rarely come with neat pitches or tidy plans. They come with fire that threatens to burn the old world down. Your job, fan those flames, not snuff them out with doubt or conformity. This means stepping into discomfort. It means risking capital on projects that might fail spectacularly. And that's exactly the point. Because when you stop fearing failure, you unlock a new level of freedom as an investor. Not the freedom of easy wins, but the freedom to be real, to be unpredictable, to be the kind of investor who shapes the future by empowering the unruly craftspeople of change. Here's a powerful, often overlooked tip. Invest in founders who have already taken big, personal risks. Those who have put their own security and sanity on the line, maybe they quit stable careers, bet their reputations, or sacrifice status. This skin in the game signals conviction deeper than any pitch deck ever could. Now, the temptation is to spread your bets across dozens of safe startups to minimize risk. But this strategy calls for a razor-sharp focus on the few who burn, as you do, and enough patience to wait for that fire to light up the sky. It's not about diversification, it's about deep intensification. Lock in with that handful of founders who reject rules like they're shackles. Back their vision relentlessly, not because they're behaving like everyone else, but precisely because they refuse to. As an investor, your power grows exponentially when you stop trying to control and start unleashing. This is why traditional angel investing feels shallow, because it's about control and repetition. This new method thrives on trust and transformation. Next, understand that your influence as an angel isn't just financial. It's a power vector, one that can propel founders not only to the next stage of funding, but into a dimension few see or dare enter. Offer them more than dollars. Offer them belief in their wildest visions, stubborn support when everyone else doubts, and a critical but fierce partnership. Teach them to question every assumption, including yours and theirs. Push founders to grow beyond what they think is possible. This is how you break free from the investor-founder dance of short-lived wins and endless compromises. You become their partner in liberation, not just their wallet. But don't confuse this with reckless risk-taking. This isn't gambling on chaos. It's a surgical strike on outdated norms. Balance raw trust with razor-sharp questions. Do these founders have the grit and clarity to endure the lonely nights? Can they transform failure into fuel? Are they ready to unlearn everything they were taught about success? If yes, you've found gold. Those traits are rarer than any tech patent or market size metric, but they are infinitely more valuable. They are the seeds of world-shaking ventures. Then comes probably the most controversial part of this strategy. Stop chasing market fit as traditionally defined and start investing in unmarked territories. These are spaces so raw and unconventional, the existing data barely scratches the surface. The safe investors stay away because they want proof and precedent. You, as the bold angel, leap in because you see potential where others see risk. This means you'll back founders who reject the current market logic, not because they're naive, but because they intuitively feel the world is heading somewhere no one else can explain yet. You're betting on futures, not on futures already built. Now, the obsession with speed in startup investing? Throw it in the trash. The world's biggest breakthroughs rarely come out of rushed timelines and frenzied pivots. They come from patient, sometimes painful, perseverance fueled by a burning mission. This means your role is to be patient too, holding space and capital long enough for these rebels to evolve beyond the noise and confusion of early days. This is where most angels fail. They want instant fireworks instead of waiting for the slow, steady blaze. Remember, true power lies in being selective. This means brutal choices, saying no to dozens of safe deals that sound good but won't ever revolutionize anything, because your focus has to be fierce. Align only with those who burn with you, who share your contempt for dull, obedient investing. This selectivity doesn't isolate you, it sharpens your network. You'll build an incredibly rarefied circle of founders and investors who fuel each other's fire. The collective strength of this tribe will redefine what it means to be an angel investor. This is why the old guard views this with suspicion. It's disruptive. It upends their comfortable equations. But if you're here, it means you already know the truth. The system is rigged for obedience and sameness. It rewards noise and punishes wild ideas. You're not chasing belonging. You're forging a new reality where your capital lights the spark, not just the flame. You're waking the sleeping giant inside entrepreneurs, the authentic, unprocessed, unfiltered human creators nobody else dares to fund. By internalizing this approach, you become a sovereign investor. Your will is your weapon. You stop merely watching markets and start creating them. You stop chasing trends and start shaping destinies. This is how you go from being part of the system to being above it, to transcend the limitations others accept as fate. The freedom isn't found in the deals you make, but in the power you claim to build the future in your own raw image. Every dollar you invest with this mindset sends a signal that rebellion, risk, authenticity, and patience are the true currencies of progress. It challenges the tired scripts that suffocate innovation and rewards magicians who make the impossible credible. This is the economy of liberation. Here, capital doesn't chain, it frees. It doesn't stifle, it accelerates. You become not just an investor, but a liberator. Someone who chooses to burn with the rare few rather than freeze with the crowd. This is not a strategy for the faint-hearted or the approval-seeking. It's for those who feel that unbearable tension inside, that fire nobody else seems to understand. If that burning is real, embracing this method isn't just smart, It's vital. It's your chance to make history, not as a follower, but as a trailblazer who knows the greatest return lies beyond comfort, beyond consensus, beyond normal. This is how you claim your place among the few who don't just invest capital, but unleash the impossible. So the question to answer isn't, could this be the most controversial angel investor strategy ever? The real question is, are you ready to stop playing by old rules designed to keep you small? Are you ready to fund the wild ones, the determined few who break every mold? Are you ready to wield your investment not as a leash, but as a rocket fuel that sends visionaries into orbit? Because once that's done, once you embrace this radical, relentless approach, you'll never look at angel investing the same way again. You'll have transcended the noise and entered a space where your impact is limitless, and where the future is forged not by chance, but by raw, unyielding will.